Stop everything you're doing right now and just listen to me. Aries, you didn't click on this video by accident. It wasn't the algorithm that brought you here. It is the exact moment in your cosmic cycle demanding that you finally see what has been operating in the shadows. I can feel the heavy weight you have been carrying in silence, that lingering exhaustion after interactions that should have brought you joy. If you turn your back on this message now, you will continue believing that this isolation is your fault. But if you stay, I will reveal the invisible net that has been cast over your life. You might think that feeling isolated or being perceived as lonely is just a natural consequence of your fierce independence. But this heavy silence is actually a spiritual siege of envy, trying to cut off your connections and dim your fire before your next major victory. You are the lighthouse that continues to shine, but the spiritual envy has cast a thick, isolating fog around you, making others think you are standing alone in the dark, when in reality, your light is what is keeping the ships from crashing. You will understand why your independence has been mistaken for loneliness by those watching you from afar. You will discover the true nature of the spiritual siege that has been subtly draining your connections. You will learn how to identify the subtle signs of envy that mask themselves as concern. You will see exactly how to lift the invisible walls that have been placed around your energy. And before this message closes, I will say a sentence about your life that you will carry with you for the next few months. Have you ever felt that there is a strange, heavy silence around your life that grows exactly when you are about to level up? As if a thick, invisible fog is isolating you from the rest of the world, and as if something inside you knows that this isolation is unnatural. But your mind still whispers that you are destined to walk alone. And what if this sudden distance from people, this unexplainable exhaustion, isn't you pushing the world away, but a sign that the universe is trying to show you the spiritual envy that has been building a wall around your Aries energy? Because while many assume you are just being distant, very few realize that this sudden quietness can carry an unspoken gaze, a silent drain, and a spiritual siege that hasn't been broken yet. But what if the great turning point lies in this revelation that you haven't been able to apply yet? Now think with me, why does everything stall in my life just when it is about to work out? And what if every friend who faded away without reason, every backhanded compliment that drained your joy every time you were called too much or too distant, every sudden wave of exhaustion in crowded rooms, and this constant feeling of being watched from afar were signs of a spiritual envy you have ignored for too long? It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret, Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. This book is not just a reading, it is a revelation created for Aries who desire to understand the hidden source of the energy that is projecting this loneliness onto you. Cut the invisible cords of envy, the heavy gazes, and the silent sabotage shield your energy, so you can embrace your power without fear of being misunderstood. Many Aries already feel that they need to protect themselves from this energy that surrounds them, but they still haven't made the decision to download the digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But attention, the access may be taken offline at any moment. It reveals reflections, hidden signs, and directions that can transform your path. Do not wait for another connection to be drained by this invisible fog to finally seek protection. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the envy that tried to isolate you in the dark might be exactly the proof that the universe has prepared for you a light too brilliant to be shared with just anyone. You are still processing this right now, with that familiar chill of recognition on the back of your neck. If this first word has already touched something deep inside you, write "My light is protected" down below. Not for me, but because another Aries who is exactly where you were a year ago needs this message to find them tonight. This path has a map, and it is already within your reach in the first pinned comment. I will come back to it shortly. And if for some reason you are not interested or cannot acquire the digital book right now, there is still another door open for you. I don't receive a single penny for any of these messages I deliver here every day. Nothing at all. And even so, they keep going out every single day, for you and for every Aries that still needs to be reached. If at any moment your heart wishes to return a little bit of what it received, there is a voluntary donation link open in the first pinned comment right below the book. Any amount that fits in your hand today. Any amount your heart points to. This is what keeps this channel standing. This is what makes the next message reach another Aries tomorrow, exactly how it reached you today. I will wait for you there, Aries. I still haven't told you the most important thing. There are 4 signs that this siege is already operating over you, and you will recognize at least one of them. I want you to breathe once, slowly. Notice how your body reacts to what I'm going to say now. For too long, you have tried to rationalize the sudden emptiness around you. You tried to find logical reasons for the doors that quietly closed, the conversations that became cold, and the invitations that simply stopped arriving just when you felt ready to share your joy. But Aries, your spiritual intuition never missed the mark. What your mind tried to excuse as normal life transitions or the cost of growing older, your body already recognized as an energetic attack. You felt the shift in the air before any words were spoken. There are 4 distinct signs that this invisible siege has already surrounded your field, and they are happening in the most mundane moments of your daily life. Think about that sudden wave of profound exhaustion that hit you last Tuesday evening, right after you shared a piece of good news with someone you thought would be genuinely happy for you. You were glowing, and then suddenly, you wanted to sleep. This wasn't physical fatigue from a long day at work. It was your energy field screaming a warning that the space you were in was actively draining your light. You called it social exhaustion, but the universe called it an energetic drain from a silent siege. Then there is the backhanded compliment you received in a casual hallway conversation, the one that left a strange, bitter taste in your mouth hours later while you were just trying to relax at home. It sounded like praise, but it felt like a tiny needle. This wasn't just a poor choice of words or a clumsy joke. It was the siege actively trying to plant a seed of doubt directly into your core confidence. You called it a string of bad luck with people, but the universe called it a revelation of who truly celebrates your fire. And what about the quiet fading away of people you once trusted, who seemed to disappear exactly when you started standing in your own power and claiming your worth? For some of you, this appears as colleagues who suddenly stop inviting you to collaborate, assuming you want to work alone just because you are capable. For others, it manifests as friends who distance themselves, claiming you seem too busy or too distant to care. This wasn't a natural drifting apart. It was the invisible barrier repelling those who couldn't handle your true frequency. You called it loneliness, but the universe called it a protective clearing of your field. Finally, remember that eerie feeling of being watched or analyzed when you were simply minding your own business in a crowded room, maybe just sipping your coffee and looking at your phone. You felt a heavy pressure on your shoulders, a silent judgment from across the room. This wasn't your mind playing tricks on you. It was your spiritual intuition picking up on the heavy gaze of unspoken envy, trying to figure out your next move before you even make it. You called it paranoia, but the universe called it profound spiritual perception. These 4 signs have a common origin, and this silent origin has a specific name. But before I give you the name, you need something else. There is a path of protection, and I am going to open it right now, before the name, before the word, because whoever carries the heavy weight of this isolating fog needs relief before receiving the revelation. Stay. And it is exactly here that the path of protection opens. The signs that just hit you didn't hit by accident, Aries. That cold distance you feel, it isn't natural loneliness. It's an energetic wall that closes in around you every time your vibration rises. It is as if something deep inside knows that this isolation is an unnatural imposition. Yet your logical mind still tries to whisper that you are simply destined to walk alone because of your unyielding strength. But what if this sudden emptiness, this unexplainable exhaustion that drains your joy just when you are about to level up, isn't you pushing the world away but a loud cosmic warning that the spiritual envy has been building a fortress to trap your Aries energy? You have been blaming yourself for a distance that was meticulously projected onto your field by an unseen force. I have seen Aries who were exactly where you are right now. Strong people who carried this heavy, crushing silence for years, constantly thinking they were the problem. They were always the first to step up, the first to offer warmth and fierce loyalty, yet they found themselves sitting completely alone, wondering why their phone never rang when they were the ones in need. They thought they were destined to be lone wolves. They assumed they were just too intense, too direct, too intimidating for the people around them. But it wasn't their personality driving people away. It was the siege. It was the thick fog of unspoken envy manipulating how others perceived them, turning their radiant independence into an illusion of unapproachable isolation. The connections that went cold without explanation. The heavy exhaustion after sharing a victory. The sensation of carrying the weight of eyes you cannot see. It was precisely to cut this invisible wall that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. This is not just another reading or a simple guide to make you feel better. It is the absolute understanding of the hidden source of the energy that is projecting this loneliness onto you. It gives you the exact mapping to cut the invisible cords of envy, the heavy gazes, and the silent sabotage that have been operating in the shadows of your life. It teaches you how to shield your energy so you can finally embrace your power without fear of being misunderstood, without feeling paranoid, and without accepting this heavy silence as your normal routine. Because you need to engrave this undeniable truth into your soul right now. Envy cannot extinguish a fire it cannot touch. It can only try to build a wall of fog to convince the fire it is burning alone. And this cosmic window of revelation, this specific cycle that brought you to this exact second, will only open this door once for you. Every single day without this path is another connection drained by the invisible fog. Every week you spend trying to rationalize this spiritual attack is another victory you will have to celebrate in silence, swallowing your joy because the space around you is too hostile to handle your true light. Every month without this shield is another layer of heavy, unspoken judgment settling on your shoulders, convincing you that you must dim your fire just to keep the peace. The siege thrives on your hesitation. It feeds on your assumption that you can just push through this exhaustion all by yourself, using your natural Aries resilience to carry a burden that was never yours to bear in the first place. Do not let this heavy gaze dictate your reality for another day. The digital book is in the first pinned comment. Download it right now. While this word is still vibrating alive in your chest, while the universe is handing you the key to break this cycle, claim the complete shattering of this glass wall that only this specific path maps out entirely. Take a deep breath and feel the physical weight that has been trying to settle on your neck and shoulders right now. Just breathe and let it sit there for a second. You are the lighthouse in this thick fog, and the moment you realize that your invisible walls are actually protecting your greatest asset, the perception of loneliness loses all its power over you. Your light was never meant to be hidden, and you were never meant to carry the envy of those who refuse to build their own fire. And as I had already told you earlier, Aries, besides the digital book that is in the first pinned comment, there is that open voluntary donation link right below the book. I still don't receive a single penny for each message that goes out from here to you. That is why this link exists, so that another Aries tomorrow finds exactly this message that found you today. Any amount your heart points to. Each gesture like this keeps our channel standing and makes the next message reach whoever needs it, exactly how it reached you today. The next layer goes even deeper, And now, with the path laid out before you, the name descends. This invisible net that has been cast over your life has a specific structure. It is not bad luck. It is not a sudden flaw in your character. It is the glass wall. This is the layered mechanism that spiritual envy uses to isolate a fire it cannot extinguish, operating silently right under your nose. The first layer of this glass wall is the illusion of the self-sufficient Aries. It is exactly what others see when they look at you right now. They look at your fierce independence, your ability to handle crises without shedding a single tear in public, and they mistake it for an innate desire to be alone. They see the Aries who doesn't ask for help and assume you simply don't need connection. They think you are made of stone because you never show them when you bleed. But there is a second layer, and this is where the spiritual envy actively operates in the shadows. This heavy energy doesn't attack you directly. It manipulates how others perceive you. It projects an aura of unapproachability onto your energy field. It takes your natural, healthy boundaries and twists them into a thick, grey fog, convincing those around you that you are distant, cold, or simply too intimidating to approach. The envy feeds on this misunderstanding. It creates a silent barrier that repels the very people who should be standing by your side, isolating you to dim your fire before your next major victory. And then, there is the third layer, the most important one. This is the true radiant core that the siege is desperately trying to suffocate. Beneath that glass wall, beneath the rumors of your unapproachability, there is a warm, brilliant, and deeply generous light that only you know is burning. The spiritual envy cannot touch this core. It knows it cannot defeat your Aries spirit in a fair fight. So it builds the glass wall of fog to convince you that you are burning completely alone in the dark, hoping you will eventually extinguish yourself out of sheer exhaustion. Think of a mighty, ancient fortress standing high on a solitary hill. Its heavy iron gates are firmly closed, its stone walls impenetrable. People walking by the valley look up and think the fortress is abandoned, empty and desperately lonely. They cannot hear the warmth inside. They are completely unaware of the intense, bright and sacred flame burning safely in its absolute core. The gates of this fortress are not closed out of fear. They are not shut because the fire is dead. They are closed because the fire inside is too precious, too vital, to be exposed to the cold, bitter winds of the valley. The world looks at your life and mistakes your protective boundaries for isolation. It is exactly where you are right now, Aries. You have built walls not to keep love out, but to protect the sacred flame of your purpose from those who would only use it to warm their hands before walking away. And the moment you realize that your walls are actually protecting your greatest asset, the perception of loneliness loses all its power over you. I saw you swallow your joy in that room because something warned you that shining too bright right there wasn't safe. I watched you dim your own light just to make others comfortable, silently carrying the weight of an envy that was never yours to bear. I felt the exhaustion in your bones when you gave your best to people who only wanted to extract your warmth. I cleared this path, Aries, so no one else could take credit for your victory when the time comes. And I am here to tell you that this isolation was never a punishment, but a profound and necessary spiritual quarantine. There is a man who carried this exact same heavy siege for years, walking through his life believing he was simply too hard to love. He was the classic Aries, always the first to step up in a crisis, fiercely loyal to his circle, and relentlessly giving of his time and energy. Yet he constantly found himself sitting completely alone on Saturday nights, staring at the walls, wondering why his phone never rang when he was the one in need. He thought he was simply destined to be a lone wolf, cursed by his own intensity. And then the glass wall shattered. The moment he recognized the spiritual envy operating around him, everything shifted. He stopped trying to prove his warmth to those who were committed to misunderstanding him, and he finally started shielding his energy. What changed in him wasn't his vibrant personality. He didn't become bitter or closed off. He simply learned to stop feeding the fog, and he started burning only for those who had earned the right to handle his light. You are sitting there right now, perhaps feeling a sudden, deep relief spreading through your chest, a relaxing in your shoulders as you finally realize this heavy weight was never yours to carry. The deepest truth is still ahead, and it has your name on it. You are stepping out of the fog now, and the shape of your true path is finally becoming clear. This realization is not just about understanding the envy that surrounds you, it is about reclaiming exactly who you are inside this spiritual siege. It is about stripping away every false narrative, every misunderstood intention, and every whispered rumor the world tried to project onto your brilliant fire. There is the misunderstood pioneer. Aries walks so far ahead, relentlessly carving paths through the dense unknown, that others looking from a distance mistake their bold lead for a tragic, self-imposed isolation. You have carried the heavy burden of being the first to break generational cycles, the first to speak the hard, uncomfortable truth in a room full of silence. And you have felt that sharp sting when you turned around to find no one brave enough to follow, wondering in the quietest hours of the night if your immense courage was actually a lonely curse. Then there is the silent guardian. Aries protects their own flame, while the valley assumes the hearth has simply gone cold. You have built a mighty, impenetrable fortress around your most sacred dreams, standing watch over your deepest vulnerabilities. You prefer the world to think you are unfeeling, rather than letting an unworthy person step inside and misuse your warmth. But it is profoundly exhausting to hold those heavy iron gates closed all by yourself, constantly smiling through the fatigue so no one ever sees how much raw energy it takes to keep your fire safe from the silent drain. And there is the solitary spark. Aries doesn't need a raging forest fire to know its own heat. You have an innate, unshakable knowing of your own worth, a self-sustaining cosmic power that deeply intimidates those who need constant external validation just to feel alive. Yet, in the absolute silence of your own room, you sometimes wish you could just rest your heavy head and let someone else be the strong one for a single night. You crave that safe harbor where you don't have to carry the weight of the world, without fearing that the whole structure will collapse the second you let your guard down. You are all of them. Notice your chest right now, Aries. That sudden, expanding warmth radiating from your core has a name, and it is absolute recognition. The universe is crowning you with this truth right in this moment, completely shattering the illusion that you are a lonely, disconnected wanderer, and revealing the powerful, luminous protector that you have always been. But this identity that has just been declared over your life needs to be fiercely sustained, because the Aries who finally recognizes their own immense worth without fully understanding the mechanics of the siege around them will inevitably go back to carrying heavy gazes that were never theirs to bear. This heavy, quiet shadow that creeps back in just when you thought you had found your true tribe will try to test these newly raised walls again. It is for this exact reason that I placed the digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy against the sign of Aries in the first pinned comment. This is the precise tool you need to sustain the powerful, unbothered identity that has just been declared over your life. Do not wait for the heavy gaze to return to secure what has just been revealed about you. Download the digital book right now. Anchor this profound revelation firmly into your daily reality so you can finally walk forward without the heavy weight of unspoken envy ever pulling you back into the dark again. I promised I would come back to this, but first, you need to know exactly how this cycle will try to return, because it will try. I told you that this cycle would try to return, Aries, and it is crucial that you know exactly how the siege operates when it tries to rebuild the walls around your energy. Because the spiritual envy doesn't just disappear, it adapts. When it realizes that you are starting to see through the fog, it changes its strategy, looking for the smallest cracks in your newly raised boundaries to slip back in. The first tactic is the sudden guilt trip for not being available enough. Someone from your circle will reach out, demanding your time and energy, subtly implying that your recent distance is a selfish flaw. They want you to feel bad for protecting your peace. When this happens, your weapon is simple and absolute. You must say a calm, unapologetic no out loud, and immediately go and physically wash your hands. This isn't just basic hygiene, it is a powerful somatic command, physically severing the energetic tie and washing their heavy, unfair expectations right down the drain before they can settle on your skin. The second tactic is the disguised compliment that specifically highlights a vulnerability. It is that sweet-sounding phrase delivered with a smile that actually carries a tiny, sharp drop of poison, perfectly designed to make you doubt your own recent progress. When you feel that bitter sting disguised as praise, your weapon is internal and physical. You must declare silently in your mind, "I return this to the sender," while deliberately crossing your arms for a brief moment. This simple physical gesture immediately closes your solar plexus, instantly blocking their heavy, unspoken projection from ever entering your clean field. The third tactic is the sudden, overwhelming urge to reach out to someone who has previously drained you, simply to alleviate the lingering feeling of isolation. For some of you, this looks like a sudden temptation to reply to an ex-partner or an old acquaintance who just sent a sad story, actively trying to pull you back into their endless drama under the guise of needing help. For others, it manifests as feeling suddenly obligated to entertain a distant relative who only ever offers unsolicited advice about your life choices. They are simply testing your gates. Your weapon here is a firm, vocal declaration, My peace is my priority. And then, deliberately place your phone face down on the table for an entire hour. Cut the cord before it even attaches. These 3 weapons protect you from what I managed to show you today. But the cycle has far more layers than can ever fit in a single video. Because when the hidden judgment comes disguised as a compliment, when the unexplainable exhaustion returns after a simple conversation, when the urge to hide your light hits you again, you will need more than just these initial steps to hold your ground. It is for this exact reason that the digital book, The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries, is the essential continuation of this journey. It delivers the complete map of the armor you need, so this isolating fog never traps you again. I am not rushing you. I am warning you. Do not wait for the next energetic drain to finally open the map of your defense. This cosmic configuration is offering you the precise shield you need right now, and this specific energetic door will not remain open forever. You can find it right now in the first pinned comment. And now I need you to stop learning for a moment and start feeling. Close your eyes for just a moment. Drop your shoulders. Breathe once, slowly. Notice the physical tension you have been carrying in your jaw and your neck, the silent defense mechanism you built over the years, just to walk into a crowded room without feeling completely drained. I want you to stop bracing yourself for the next heavy gaze. Right now, in this exact second, you don't have to defend your radiant fire from anyone. You don't have to explain your boundaries or prove that your fierce independence isn't just cold arrogance. Just breathe and let the impenetrable walls of this ancient fortress finally relax from the inside out. Imagine that thick gray fog that has been lingering around your shoulders and chest, the accumulated weight of every envious look and every misunderstood intention that was unfairly projected onto you. Now, feel the innate, fiery spark deep in your chest, the absolute indestructible core of your Aries soul. Watch that tiny spark ignite into a blinding, warm golden light. As the light rapidly expands, the isolating fog sizzles, breaks, and burns away completely. Feel the heavy, cold weight physically lifting off your back and your neck. Breathe in the crisp, clear air of a purified space. Your energy field is clean, the glass wall is finally shattered. Release the suffocating weight of every heavy gaze that tried to make you feel like your intense energy was simply too much for them to carry. Release the silent, creeping guilt for shining brighter than the room was prepared to handle. A guilt you absorb just to keep the peace. Release the profound fear of being completely seen by those who are already committed to misunderstanding your pure intentions. Release every past connection and fading friendship that only wanted to keep you small, comfortable, and safely contained in the dark, away from your true cosmic potential. Activate the misunderstood pioneer, the one who boldly walks ahead to break generational cycles, knowing deeply that true leadership is never a curse of isolation, but a necessary clearing of the path. Activate the silent guardian, the one who fiercely protects the sacred flame of your purpose, allowing the heavy iron gates to open only for those who have truly earned the right to feel your warmth. Activate the solitary spark, the unshakable cosmic power that knows its own immense heat and absolutely refuses to dim its light just to keep a fragile, temporary peace in a room full of unspoken envy. You are still processing this right now, feeling that undeniable, fierce surge of heat returning to your chest as your field finally clears. Before we seal this, write down below the name of someone you are carrying through this crossing. Or, if this is for you, write in one sentence what you are expecting the universe to return to you. I will read it, and you will not write this alone. Do not release this energy yet. We are not done. Stay with me. Your home is now shielded from the heavy gazes that try to enter uninvited. Your relentless effort is sealed against the silent sabotage that tried to drain it. And the victory that is currently on its way to you is completely protected from anyone who cannot celebrate your true light. When the room went quiet, it wasn't loneliness. When the invitations stopped coming, it wasn't loneliness. When you had to face that final hurdle completely by yourself, it wasn't loneliness, it was me, clearing the path so no one else could take credit for your victory. I saw the exhaustion you carried after giving your best to those who only wanted to extract your warmth. I saw you swallow your joy in that room, because something warned you that shining too bright right there wasn't safe. I watched you shrink your own fire just to make the people around you comfortable, carrying a weight of unspoken judgment that was never yours to bear. I felt the sharp sting in your chest every time a friend faded away without reason, exactly when you started to stand in your own power. I witnessed every backhanded compliment that drained your joy, every time you were called too much or too distant. I felt every sudden wave of exhaustion in crowded rooms, and I knew you were carrying that constant feeling of being watched from afar. You thought you were pushing the world away, but I was pushing the wrong world away from you. I placed this distance around you as a spiritual quarantine, a necessary isolation to starve the envy that was feeding on your light. I removed them from your field so you could finally see the invisible net they had cast over your life. I am returning your peace now, untouched and renewed, so you can burn fiercely for those who truly deserve your warmth. The sudden guilt trip for not being available enough ends right here. The disguised compliment that highlights a vulnerability ends right here. The sudden urge to reach out to someone who previously drained you ends right here. Aries has never been too impulsive. Aries is not envied for arriving first. Aries is envied for having the courage others spend their lives pretending to have. Don't let go yet. The universe has just told you. I saw you swallow your joy in that room because something warned you that shining too bright right there wasn't safe. And it is exactly because of this that I need to remind you of one thing before sealing this hour with you. What was cut here today is absolutely real. But tomorrow morning the world will try to convince you that nothing has changed. That heavy, isolating gaze that will try to settle on your shoulders again tomorrow morning will actively test the boundaries you have just reclaimed. It will look for the smallest cracks in your armor, hoping you will forget the revelation you received today and return to carrying a burden that isn't yours. It is for this precise reason that you must not walk into tomorrow without the complete map of your defense. The digital book, The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries, is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. This is the exact tool you need to sustain the impenetrable shield that was forged in this journey, so it isn't lost by tomorrow. Do not wait for tomorrow to test the protective walls that were raised today. Download it right now. Secure your field. There are thousands of Aries listening to this right now, standing in the exact same quiet clearing, realizing they were never truly alone. If this voice found you today, subscribe to the channel, not for numbers, but because the next message in this series will specifically look for those who have already crossed this first bridge. In the next video of this series, I'm going to show you the exact sign that appears 3 days before this glass wall shatters completely, and why almost every Aries ignores it. Do not miss it. And still in this video, Aries, before I seal this hour with you, I come back one last time to this request. You have walked with me this far. You have crossed every word, every revelation, every sign, and if at any moment of this message you felt the universe touch you, you know this video was not an accident. The voluntary donation link remains open in the first pinned comment right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as an exchange, but as a giving back from the one who received to the source this message came from. Any amount your heart points to, and the universe sees every gesture. The universe sees, and the universe multiplies over your home, over your days, over what you don't even know is about to arrive. This was my last request. I'll be waiting for you there. Thank you so much. And when that heavy, isolating gaze tries to return, remember that the answer has a name, the great secret of spiritual envy, and it is already within your reach. You are the lighthouse, and the fog has finally burned away completely. Now, you can let go. This message is complete. What was seen was seen. What was cut was cut. Walk light, Aries.